Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
Welcome back, Journeymen Lounge podcast listeners. We got here our Capitan on the left. Introduce yourself.
Woj.
A lot of confidence from that. And our second man in command.
Ryan.
And you got this guy that's just kind of cleaning the shop out at this point.
I hate what you're doing right now.
Why? What?
You did the thing in motion.
In motion.
He's doing his...
If I had my pinky ring on and a cigar, it'd be tops.
I mean, Bobby, we can do...
So, how does that make you feel?
Like Kingsman Day. We'll do Kingsman at some point.
Oh, that's definitely in
get dressed up with some threads.
I would love to do that.
That's definitely in the what's it called?
I'm the only
hopper.
Hopper. Yeah.
Didn't I do that for the Goodfellas? I dressed, at least
you
not
were,
tie, but
you were a little sloppy, but okay. So this is Bobby over here.
Oh, we're gonna have words. All right,
we're doing a great
Bubble.
podcast right now.
we appreciate you guys listening in on the bullshit.
We're at 78 right now, so we're on the way, on the road.
78.
Yeah, we've been doing it for solid.
We're getting close. We're getting close
solid
to that
year.
triple figure.
Yeah, we do have some surprises. Aaron called me the other day and was talking about so what are we doing for the 100th, man? I want to get.
We got to bring him in.
Oh, he will.
He
Will be making some appearances. We're chopping around some ideas there, but
love it.
Good things are coming.
Good things.
I like the Paulie. Actually, funny enough, I played against a Call of Duty. The guy's name was Paulie Walnuts, and
no!
I had to tell him, I'm like, dude, nice name. Never responded, but I was like, nice.
You're like,
you know what, that kills me a little bit. I know this is kind of digressing to just a random tangent, but Call of Duty circa 2005 through 2010, 11, like when I was in college and after college, so maybe 11, 12, 13. There was an 8 to 9 year stint where, holy shit, I loved everything that came out. You were able to talk mad shit to everyone in the lobby. It was a perfect game, and then they fucked it up.
Can I throw a counterpoint in there?
Sure.
Those years that you were playing Call of Duty and it was the best, was that not the peak years of gaming, though, where
peak years.
You don't have a whole lot? If you decided to be on Saturday, as I have done before in college, where you literally just are I'm going to wake up at 10 a.m.,
get some food and game.
I'm going to play some video games, go maybe, I don't know, have a couple beers outside or do whatever, have a bonfire, come back in, video games until 4 in the morning. You're just doing fucking whatever you want then. I do feel like that's why people definitely think at least a portion of why Call of Duty was better before. I will say that some of the stuff that they do though now, the look of it still looks pretty good.
But that pay-to-play thing, basically, you want to pay $2.99 for this package upgrade to make you look like you're iridescent blue. It's
all superficial though, man. It's all about the person that wants to have a different camo.
I get that, but I wish I guess I'm more of a purist. I liked, the World at War was incredible. The one right after that, great. Well, the one is 2, Call of Duty.
There's 1,000 of them, man.
No, what is it?
Longhorns? I don't know what you did. Or is that a llama? That's a llama.
No, MW2. I forget what year.
Modern Warfare 2. I don't fucking know. I'm not a historian.
But that was one of my favorites. So
okay. Ryan, your Call of Duty...
Well, I have lots of thoughts. And so I'll just touch on video games in general, Bobby. You kind of briefly touched on it. I'd say the last at least 5 years, maybe 10. Let's say 5 years, that the microtransactions have just been overly done, and games in general, when we were growing up, they were a finished product.
Right.
And they took years to make them, and they took the time whenever they needed, and they made sure that it was complete. Now, they release a game every 6 months, and they don't have a full game when they release it. You have to have constant updates to fix the game and the bugs and the glitches and that.
I mean, the space alone, dude.
Call of Duty was almost a whole terabyte.
Almost a terabyte in between every update unreal. And all that shit. It's crazy.
And then, like you said, with the microtransactions, you can pay to play. Now you can just pay to have the best whatever instead of earning your way through.
Exactly.
Earning your way through experience points, which you still can do, but you have to really grind it out to get that stuff. And Call of Duty in general, I'm a fan of Call of Duty. Actually,
love it, yeah.
Before Call of Duty, I was a Medal of Honor guy.
Love
Medal of Honor
is great.
The storming of Normandy
was one of the best.
One of the best opening sequences.
Unbelievable.
I mean, dude, I played that game, and my dad was like intrigued.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy for your
was
dad to be like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?
Like,
what are we
he
doing?"
was
here?"
zoning in.
He was like, "Oh, let me get the sticks on that."
And there's the one too where they're
gotta
in
get those Nazis.
you're in Pearl Harbor, you're on the boat, and they're
Yeah,
coming at you, and
yeah.
you're shooting at
That's
them
a great one.
with the gun. Like
Medal of Honor did it
Medal
right.
of Honor fucked up though.
Medal of
man.
Honor creators.
Wait,
yeah.
what do you mean fucked
I'm
up?
saying they could be like what Call of Duty is today, but they dropped the ball or whatever. Call of Duty took over and clearly.
I mean,
is-
I think Medal of Honor just went the way of like nobody produced it for like a year. The company went bankrupt, and
Well,
then
I'm saying their
that's
last
it.
whatever couple games weren't up to snub like compared to Call of Duty was, and they but they were ahead of the curve, ahead of Call of Duty.
I mean, I think Medal of Honor was a great game. While it was really the only first-person shooter that I think people like really got. That was like 2000, 1999, right?
yeah, like something like that.
Maybe even earlier. And then the market like becomes saturated, and there's more games out there. Maybe, like I said, I think it was just more of a thing of like, okay, the companies behind it were like, all right, we're not producing another war game. But Call of Duty is just like, hey, for 20 years, we're going to produce the same game, oftentimes the same map, over and over again. And guess what? Morons buy it.
And I also think when Medal of Honor was around, it was better for Call of Duty too because it made
Competition.
Exactly. It makes the games have to be better. Now they don't have anybody to compete against really. It's like Madden. They have the exclusive rights. There's no ESPN 2K5 to be better than it. You know what I mean?
Which you have said before that you thought that was a better game.
It's the best game ever. ESPN 2K5 football,
I
man.
disagree.
Well, you fucked up. I don't know. It's fucking fantastic.
You know what? I'll say there was a little bit of redemption. I'll say with Red Dead Redemption, and I guess I didn't mean to put that in, but there was a lull in gaming, and when that came out,
Well,
everyone was on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption.
But I mean,
Dude.
Rockstar Games, their bread and butter is GTA. That's what made them.
Let me just say, there's still
Red Dead Redemption. Sorry, I just got to mention it. Red Dead Redemption is simply just GTA set in the 1800s.
I know, but I'm just saying I think it had a little bit of a revival because things were just one fucking
I mean, it's a different
Pile
type of
next to
game. What are you
another.
gonna
I was
say?
gonna say there are still great games that come out these days. I'm just saying like games that come out every 6 months, like a Call of Duty or a Madden or whatever. They are the ones that are being rushed. Games like The Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us. Thank you. That was incredible.
Uncharted. They still take
Uncharted,
their
another game.
time and then they have a good
I really
product.
enjoyed
and other
Uncharted.
games, like that. I'm not mentioning like God of War. I've heard is really good.
God of
and,
War is solid.
Other stuff, but there are still great games. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we took this turn to Call of Duty.
Hey, we didn't have
Tom,
much to
but-
talk about. That kind of filled like 10 minutes. That's not bad, right?
No, it's not bad at all.
I know, but I guess I'm nostalgic a little bit for that because, like you said, we could make a whole day out of just gaming, going out, doing something real quick in the afternoon with your buddies, go back, game for another like 5-6 hours, and even the guys that are hanging out, going around, you all switch up. It's multiplayer.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
got
I mean,
next-
some of my best memories of college, dude, were like me and the people on our floor.
my cousin was your roommate at one point.
Well,
too.
yeah, Joey. Which shout out. I don't know if he's still doing his YouTube channel, but we'll put it up here again.
he's got a child.
I know he's
now
got a
named Apollo, which
little-
is fucking sweet.
little baby boy.
Yeah.
But same thing is like me. I don't know, 7-8 guys are literally just huddled around a TV, 4 controllers. And
Gaming.
at that time, it was probably like 360 I had. Yeah, probably like the 360 or Xbox.
Glorious.
When did 360 kind of fall off?
Halo was huge too for
Fall
Xbox.
off?
Like, when did 360 get phased out into the Xbox
2015,
One?
16.
Okay.
I mean, even before then, probably.
Okay, so it's 360, and we're just passing around Madden, FIFA,
Love me some Madden.
NHL.
Sure. Chill,
Oh,
baby.
shit, we'll do this. It's
miss
fucking
Chill.
like 8 hours, man. Of just, it's still there, buddy.
it's not the same. It's
Not-
the different
not the
gameplay. It's not the same.
Nah.
No. NHL like 10 through like NHL like 14 is a distinct era of NHL where the gameplay was different than what came after. When it was on original 360, like you said, or PS3, 360 specifically, because that's what I had and you had, and we always would play. The gameplay was just different. There were things you could do that were different. The way I was so much better at it than afterwards when I went to the newer upgraded platforms. Just they changed the game.
I'm going to say a little suspect because you suck at Fall Guys, which is like literally 3 different buttons.
That's a game for little kids. I don't play that game. I've been playing
for stoners too.
I've been playing NHL like my whole life.
It's called some shots fired.
Well, I'm just saying,
gaming ability. It is kind of bonkers, Ryan. You can't really put 2 and 2 together on a game.
There's not much to.
It's like Mario buttons.
It's
like
a lame
run
game. I don't
and
like
jump.
It's a lame game.
It's all good. Ryan's not a fan of Fall Guys.
It's for 6-year-olds.
Don't sponsor him. Sponsor us.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So let's talk because we're watching the Bulls.
There's a reason why it's free.
Okay, calm it down there. All right. So
shut your whore mouth.
as we're watching the Bulls here, though, they have a lead. I almost bet my left nut that they're going to lose this game.
They probably will, but I'd take the spread against them.
So
Like
Bulls to cover.
Yeah, to cover. Yeah.
Possibly. We'll see what's up. But we've talked about it a little bit in the other couple weeks preceding. So we are going to the Bulls game next week. No pod on that night. But
we'll do some mini blasts or whatever.
I think we'll just do a couple videos or whatever and just be like, what's up? It's a little tough, I honestly find, at the sporting events to do like a more, like, you're just talking a lot.
I get that.
Like, I'm saying you're talking, but then there's a sound at the stadium. You could have
there's a lot of ambient noise.
You could have some
that drowns it
dumbass
out.
like right behind you going like, "Holy shit, dude! The Bulls are fucking shitty, man." And you're like,
I like that. They kind of add some authenticity to it. I'm not saying that we're going to be sitting there for 10, 20 minutes like doing something, but you could easily step off to the side and do a quick, hit.
I do want to check out the betting lounge thing.
Oh,
what is that called?
Yeah. It's a FanDuel. They have the FanDuel lounge there. Like literally, I could sit in a leather, like Corinthian leather chair, and there's like 100 different games going on.
Yeah.
And
just not on a Thursday night.
Not on a Thursday, but you get what I'm saying.
I get the gist.
No.
We're going 2 for 2 on that. All right.
But yeah, I mean, it should be a good time. I honestly, just in terms of the Bulls, I'm not getting my hopes. I've kind of plateaued, really. Like, I think earlier in the season, I've been doing this. 1-2 games, okay, starting to look good. Lost 5. Win 4 here. Lost 3. I've been roller coastering the entire season, and now I've just plateaued where I'm just like, if they win this game, cool. If they lose this game, cool. They've already kind of screwed the season.
And with their trading and their upcoming season, there's nothing to be excited about via Bulls. There really isn't.
I mean, the only thing that is exciting is that Vooch's contract is up this year, and we can now see a team without Vooch. I'm
have
excited.
Such a hate for him. I get it.
He's terrible
You
acquisition.
should get rid of him. I mean,
You should have got should have taken anything you could have got for him and tried to bring in somebody else, get more time in this season to then hopefully actually give you a chance like to compete. I know, Ryan, we were talking about before, is like the goal should have been to tank for Cooper Flag. Yeah.
This guy's a generational talent.
He's chopping it up at Duke.
Yeah.
But
what a school to chop it up in.
I mean, Duke is such a historic franchise, and March Madness coming up, by the way.
We're excited about that.
But again, they fumbled the bag and tried to be competitive early on. They were maybe 18 and 12 or something like that, and then nosedive. And now they're 25 and 34 or something like that, 35. Yeah. Don't quote me on that, but it's too late. Even if you do tank, there's already teams that only have 13, 14 wins.
I mean, with the lottery, you never know. We could get it. We had a 0.1 chance, and they got Derrick Rose when the Pelicans got Zion. They had a similar odds.
Yeah.
What a name, Zion.
I mean, the lottery at least keeps it a little bit interesting with
makes me think of fucking Neo
bad teams not just being like, oh, we have the number 1 pick, we are the worst team in the league. I do like that. But in general, it's like I feel like they tipped the table, you go competitive or fucking tank, and they just tipped it to tank way too late in the season now. So it's just like a subtle nosedive. It's like, hey, we're out of gas. And the fucking landing, shit is all
the wheels
fucked
aren't
up.
even coming out.
And we're just gonna kind of coast down.
We'll try to figure it out.
I said it from the beginning of the year before the season started. They're going to be the 9 or 10. They're going to be in that play-in game.
I don't think they even make the play.
I'll give Ryan this. I think a lot of his projections, and then we could roll back the tape. I'd give him a good success
Stop
rate.
projecting.
You projecting on me, but yeah, they're going to be in the play-in game. They'll probably win one of them, maybe both, and then they'll get swept or win maybe one game in the
As most teams do when they're
as
playing.
the 8 seed or whatever if they make it that. I don't know. But, whatever. It's fun to go to the game. I enjoy going.
I'm excited that you guys are going to be part of this. It'll be a good podcast moment for us.
Great job.
Good bonding experience.
Great job, Bobby, on the nice seats.
Yeah, we got level 100 kind of in the corner area, so I'm going to be talking shit to Vooch, sitting on the bench collecting a check.
I don't think we're going to be that close. But
100 level, I guarantee you could hear me. I'm a very loud person. It's not like they're going to be filling out the seats. No offense.
The last time I sat in seats like this was a great game. Me and my friend Colin had won free tickets from a Facebook Bulls thing or something.
Oh, that's cool. I've never won a contest.
Something like that. Wherever we got
never.
We got tickets in the corner, and they were playing the Pistons when there was when Allen Iverson was on the team. But actually,
fucking cool.
He didn't play that game though because the guy who was next to us said he was at the club the night before. And
hey, way to bury the lead
or something. I don't know. But no.
Allen Iverson was there.
No,
but he was on the bench.
No, that's not even the most exciting part. The exciting part was
there a fight?
No, it was Johnny Red Kerr night.
Oh, okay.
And all the old Bulls were in the house. Jordan, Pippen.
Get out of here. That's
all of them.
fucking
That's when everybody liked each other.
Halftime, they had a ceremony for him. We got to see that. And then, honestly, I think less than a week later, Johnny Red Kerr died. But so that was pretty cool. We got to go to that.
Yeah, you always throw some dark mass shit in there.
Well, I did. It was what happened. I can't neglect that. That is what happened.
Okay, understandable moving forward. But one thing I'm looking forward to, and I think it's iconic, and we've mentioned it in previous, is the opening intro for the Bulls when they do their lineup. I'm stoked on that. For everyone that's probably non-Chicago fans, they probably fucking hate it. But
it's the best.
It is the best.
So, I mean, we are, dude, that's crazy. Johnny Red Kerr, also known as Johnny Kerr or Red Kerr. It's Wikipedia, so it gives him all the variations of the name.
Former Bulls
he
coach
literally
and
was
announcer.
He was born in Chicago and died in Chicago.
Yep.
Went to Illinois.
Went to U of I, huh?
Yeah.
Born and bred.
Selected by the Syracuse Nationals in 1954.
I think he was the Bulls franchise's first coach, I think.
66 to 68. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Was that during Jerry West's run?
Champion, NBA champion, 3-time All-Star, 3rd-team All-American. What the fuck does that mean? And Coach of the Year. Solid fucking resume.
Not
dude.
a bad resume.
Great announcer, too.
Well deserved. So, I mean, Bulls game is great. We're going to have some content for that shit soon. We have a Bobby's pick?
It's my pick for today.
Bobby's pick, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, because, guys, next segment's Hawaiian shirt segment.
Hawaiian shirt segment. The movie we're reviewing is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm really excited about it. It's definitely in my top 5 favorite movies.
And
it really is. And my fiance, she's like, geez, you're watching this again? I'm like, yes, we are.
And while that is an office quote, the movie takes place in Hawaii for Forgetting Sarah Marshall, so it's relevant, all relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. This is a great fucking movie.
It's great pick.
Classic. I really enjoyed rewatching it, as I have many times.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to do some table reads. It's going to get fun. So just get yourself a drink, get a beer, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back, Journeymen Lounge podcast listeners. We are well underway. We appreciate you guys sticking around for a little bit of craziness for our first part segments, going in a little bit of gaming, a little bit of the Bulls game coming up.
We were popping around.
We're popping it around, just a little game of pepper. Now we're going to be going through the 2008 release in April. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. This came out with a budget of $30,000. Box office on this was $105 million. So
how much did you say? 35,000? 40 million.
30 million. Sorry, for budget, and came out with a box office of 105. So good turn on profit. We really grew up, and Woj mentioned this. We really grew up in such a comedy gold decade. We really did. We had a lot of great movies that just came and went, but I haven't really experienced anything lately.
I mean, you gotta understand that they actually fed money to. I mean, $30 million budget for a comedy movie is on it's on the higher side for sure. I mean, now if you do like $150 million action film, obviously, I think the stakes are a little bit more. They need to get
And
400, 500 mil out of it to really make a profit.
And the creative, I guess the creative script was by Jason Sudeikis, the guy who plays Peter. In this movie.
No, it's Jason
Segel.
Segel.
Sorry, apologies.
It's good Jasons. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Decades.
You're right. I'm forgetting of. Okay, sorry, I'm mistaken.
Jason Sudeikis is great as well, though.
Yes, sorry, Segel.
Go ahead.
So, anywho, the synopsis of this movie, just to kind of bring things to the forefront, is you have Peter, who's been dating a starlet, Sarah Marshall. She's been on some TV, like similar to like Law and Order, CSI. They've been dating for years now, 5 years, and there was a sudden breakup where she is basically now with a music icon, Aldous Snow, and as a way of Peter kind of getting himself back on his feet after the breakup, he travels to Hawaii to just kind of get himself away from the situation, and from there, Sarah was also there with Aldous Snow, so friction occurred.
And he is a famous musician.
Aldous Snow, a famous musician for what is the band name again?
Infant Sorrow.
Infant Sorrow. There it is. And their time together at this high-end resorts in Hawaii, Maui, right, the Big Island.
Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they specify actually what island.
To any degree, you get a back and forth where Peter starts to get a love interest, Rachel, who's the front desk.
Yes.
And from there, her and Sarah have some friction, as well as just, the whole like being around your ex. And it culminates to him moving forward with his life by putting together a puppet or Muppet almost musical about Dracula and, phasing Sarah out of his life and re-engaging with Rachel. So that is the synopsis.
I mean, it's a breakup story. It's
a breakup story.
Breaks up with her and then meets this girl and they hit it off, and he's also sputtering, definitely. Like he is depressed for sure.
Because it wasn't Sean John.
Well, I just want to say personally, for me, this movie is like you have a different. I've had different experiences with it where I always love it, but like if you watch this, like just casually, like I did yesterday, or you watch it after you got dumped, it's good. Like I don't know, for me, it's like a totally different. Like they're good.
Yeah, it makes you feel.
It has
more.
a different feel to it.
But like let's say like a few years ago, I had a relationship, didn't work out, and I watched this shortly after, and I was like, as ridiculous as some of the shit he does, I'm like, man, I feel you, dude. I feel it. Like I know you're fucking acting like a nut job or whatever, but like
I think we can appreciate that it hits the notes of a breakup and
like he really captures the depression and like just the things he says, where it's like, oh, like.
Like feeling numb a little bit.
Like,
I get what
like
you're
that loss where you just like you've had someone in your life like every day, and now they're gone because they don't want to be there, and they're probably with somebody else and you're not with anybody, and it's like it just makes you even more depressed and sad, and then you want to get with somebody and you do, but it still doesn't really fill the hole like you thought it would. It kind of just makes you think about that person more, like they had in that one scene.
Sure.
So I think he does a really good job, real like personal like touch on it.
It's a personal journey. Yeah. And, they bring in a lot of comedic elements, great supporting cast, and they're able to craft a lot around this linear progression from A to B. So, Woj, when were you when did you see this film? Like, how were you impacted by this?
I mean, it's in the rotation of those movies that come out I'd really say like the entire 2000s. That decade of just like any movie in that space. It was time that I had time to watch movies. It was a perfect like segue of like all of these dope comedies came out and just feasted on them.
I really think you go from like 03 to like 13 like that.
I'd even agree.
We were right in the fucking, what does Woj call it? The wheelhouse, or we call it the wheelhouse.
The home run.
The home run zone or whatever.
Well,
that's a throwback. That's like episode 40.
We're pulling that one back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying it's in that realm of like these were just great movies that were brought out. I thought that this one, the guy who directed it was
Nick Stoller.
Nick Stoller. I thought had done other stuff. He did like the Muppets movie that
The
Jason Segel was in.
5-Year Engagement, which I let
5-Year
Bobby borrow.
Engagement. So like they collaborated. I
think Jason and him must have had a really tight
I thought
connection.
that he was the same guy who did Get Him to the Greek, but I was mistaken there.
It has the same characteristics.
But I was kind of comparing it to like Judd Apatow was like the director of like 7 films or 6 films or whatever.
He was an executive producer on this.
In those, he was, right? Yeah. So, I mean, just like his influence, though, I think
you
definitely...
can see that in his
You
movies,
can definitely see it. That's why I thought that, again, they were kind of more connected.
Well, I would say I have, if you will, Woj, I have the Apatow, I would say Apatow or Apatow adjacent, as I like to call it, movie list here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, I Love You Man, Super Bad, Pineapple Express, This Is the End, Funny People, This Is 40, and I put Get Him to the Greek in there because it's kind of like a...
You're right. That's
semi-sequel.
adjacent.
And there's been a couple I left out, but like basically what will qualify for that would be either Judd Apatow had direct involvement in it, whether he wrote it, directed, or produced it, or let's say like 3 or more of the people that are in these movies are all in the movie again, and they kind of had like an era of this where they'd be in each other's movies. That's why I would
it's in the universe.
Quantify it, or at least, or whatever.
One thing I'm going to transition to, because I know we're going to be talking more about scenes, quotes, and some of the other categories that we typically go through, but I want to talk about the cast. The cast on this movie, this is, I was telling Woj before we got here, this is one of my top 5 movies, and my fiance definitely will agree. She's like,
shout out.
Oh my God, yeah, Amber.
Top 5 ever?
Yes.
Comedies? Or
He's going
ever.
all the time.
All right.
I love this for a myriad of reasons. I love the idea that it's based, in the most part, it's based off in Hawaii, so you have that tropical sensation. It's funny as hell.
The music also goes with it.
Music
which I
is
do
perfect.
Like it, yeah.
The cast. So let's focus on the cast here. I just think they hit a home run with the main cast as well as the supporting cast that only has a few lines or a few different
Scenes,
drop-ins. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, and Mila Kunis. Like they, as the trio, are very, very solid. They have great chemistry, plus also believability, and you do have the supporting cast. To me, I think is what takes this movie from being like, oh, this is like a good rom-com type of comedy, and puts it up into the next stratosphere. Because
like Bill Hader and
just the main 3 by themselves, like Jason Segel, I think he's great as kind of the second comedy relief, like the second lead comedy relief guy. Like that's his bread and butter. He can play the leading man, but I really think like he's better to kind of go off of somebody else. And the 2 women in there are like into him, so it's like not something that he can. Brian kind of does that with the stepbrother who played by Bill Hader.
Yep.
Those people. I mean, you got Paul Rudd, you got Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig has an appearance. Who else you got? Russell
Wiig, no kidding.
Russell Brand. This is also his heyday for sure.
It's the first time I saw him.
Russell Brand,
Jack McBrayer
Jonah
is
Hill.
fucking awesome.
Jonah
Hill is solid.
Well, and even got like Jason Bateman being like the detective on her show for the one show, and you got Billy Baldwin. There's a bunch of
Kirk Fox.
Yeah, Kirk Fox as this the audio director.
One of the best.
Sewage
man.
Joe.
Yeah,
I was going to an Allman Brothers concert. That
Peter's Doctor is hilarious.
Steve Landesberg.
Great penis.
Beautiful.
I thought he
beautiful
was
kid.
going to actually be in other stuff, but I didn't see it. And if you're going to do the line right, you got to...
Oh, the quote for the doctor? I have that.
Go for it, man.
I have a couple. Peter, I'm a pediatrician. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's sitting on a fire truck. And then he's like, can you look at my dick, doc? I think I got STD. He's like, all right, let me see it. Put it away. It's a good looking dick, Peter. Beautiful dick. Is that when he says, you got dumped, right? Come on. Use your dick. Keep fucking. Anything that walks, wear a condom.
So that kind of leads us into the natural progression.
Sorry, let me just round it out here, because there's the guys that again that have the main scenes with him. The Paul Rudd is one-on-one. You got Carla Gallo, who's one of the chicks that he is.
You want to gag me?
Takes to bed. She's in a bunch of shit at this time. I think she's also in Get Him to the Greek as well. But like
super bad, yeah.
A bunch of stuff there. June Diane Raphael is the the other chick that
She's in Neighbors.
and dude, she's
Superbad,
in
yep.
so much shit.
Jennifer?
She's in the League.
Get him to the
that's
Greek,
in,
you're right.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I think
We
she's
bought
married.
a
I think she's
zoo,
married to
40-year-old
Andre.
She is
she's
married
a
to-
40-year-old virgin. There
She's
you go.
married to Andre, and his real name is
Paul
You mentioned this. Hold on, I'm bringing this back.
Schaefer.
A
Paul
Futile and Stupid Gesture. She's in that too.
yeah. I swear by
I
that
Love You,
movie's
Man,
great.
which I fucking love. That's a great.
You got the other two guys that are great. Bobby, the bartender that you love, Devon McDonald.
Yes.
Solid dude. And then Taylor Wiley is the bigger guy, which I think he died. I think he died a couple years ago, maybe
Who?
even last year.
Whipped
Taylor
cre-
Wiley.
whipped cream or berries.
Oh, Taylor Wiley died. Oh,
Yeah, the bigger Samoan
Hawaiian
guy.
native.
That
Yeah.
guy's great.
You know, the Liz Kakowski, so that's the wife, that's Liz, the wife of Brian,
Yeah.
Peter's stepbrother. I don't know what it is about her, but she's got like she's in Neighbors too, I think, actually,
Yeah.
too. And she's just got this like real funny, like, I don't know, white lady face. She's like, okay.
Iron your shirt.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I've seen this movie a million times, and I didn't realize till yesterday that I always thought, for some reason, when I watched it, that Bill Hader was Peter's brother-in-law, and that Liz was his sister.
Oh, really?
Was Peter's sister. I don't know why I always thought that. And then yesterday, I'm like, oh no, Bill Hader's his stepbrother, and that's just his wife or whatever.
So
they're
Bill
super-
Hader married his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought originally.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
what
what
he-
it is.
It's Bill Hader is the stepbrother, and
Oh.
that's his wife.
Yeah, that's his wife. She has no relation to Peter. I always thought,
Peter's basically one of Peter's parents had
yes,
you know,
and I just
gotten with Bill
again.
Hader's
I'm
parents.
an idiot and just realized that for the first
That's
time.
kind of crazy,
yesterday.
man. That's not a huge plot point, but it does make sense when he's like talking to Brian.
Well,
more
I
and
always
more.
assumed because he felt like that he was more of a brother-in-law. Like Liz was making him hang out with Peter.
Okay, I can see
Kind of like,
that.
come on, my brother's depressed. Can you just hang out with him, show him a good
Right.
time, kind of thing. And like I don't know. And then like that, he was kind of putting down his sister's relationship compared to his own. Kind of made sense to me.
Which is great. Like we're gonna move into quotes, and from there we're gonna probably do some table reads.
I thought this would be a logical point to do that guy. If we're gonna
Okay, we
finish
can do
up
it
on
that guy.
cast.
Absolutely.
We kind of sure.
No,
I
go
did
ahead.
run through a lot, but did you guys have anything?
No, for that guy. I mean, you got Billy Baldwin. He's
Billy
a that
Baldwin's
guy.
great. Yeah.
Kirk Fox is. I think my pick is Kirk Fox.
That's a great pick.
And he's the audio producer where.
Yeah, I had Suits Joe from Parks and Rec. I don't know
Audio
his name.
engineer. Yeah.
Yep, engineer.
Yeah, and then you said the guy from 30 Rock. What's his name?
Jack McBrayer.
Yeah, that guy.
That was great.
You already mentioned the chick, the Tinnifer, the Gag Me Girl. Yeah, you got all of
I
them.
ran through. I will just mention one last one.
Maria
Brands.
Thayer's fucking fine, dude.
She was in Accepted.
I'm just saying for the redhead.
Oh, yeah.
Sign
And
me
she's
up,
in the
dude.
league, too.
She's
in
in
She
the
the
gets
league,
dressed
yeah.
up like Wendy's, man.
She's all right. All right.
Whatever.
The last one I have is Branscombe Richmond, who is the owner of Cool Joe's.
Oh, the guy that doodle paper.
You're throwing the doo-doo paper.
You throw a doodle paper.
Give me a hot buck.
He was in the Scorpion King. That's where I was like, oh, fucking right.
Was that the one, Dwayne?
I thought you were going to say
Dwayne Johnson?
I thought you were going to say he was in Surf Ninjas.
He was in Surf Ninjas too?
No, I thought you were going to say that.
Oh, no,
I
no.
could see him being in that. That's why I thought you were going to be like, he was in Surf Ninjas.
Scorpion King. And I
You're
was
throwing the
like,
paper.
throwing doodle paper.
Doodle paper.
All right, now, Bobby, you said quotes is a nice
Yeah, we're
little-
gonna transition to quotes, and this might lead into some table reads. So I'm gonna just kick it over to Ryan or Woj, and if we get to a table read, so just strap yourself in. We're
Did
gonna
we
get
do
through it.
scenes yet?
Yeah, we didn't do scenes. Are we doing scenes or quotes?
We'll do. You know what? Fine. Scenes. Yeah, you're right. Scenes.
I say
and
we
then-
do scenes and interspersed.
scenes, and then we'll inter. Yeah, you're right. Scenes. Sorry.
You guys like that poll?
Yes.
I got nothing for intersperse. Come on, you fucks.
Boom. You got good.
That was a great one, man.
Well,
That was top
Whoa,
5 right there.
shining. I guess a broken clock is right twice a day. All right, here we
Fuck
go.
you. All right, start it off.
I think we'd have to. Obviously, the first one to mention was when Peter's watching Entertainment Tonight, and then
I'm gonna put the definition out there.
Fuck.
he
Yeah.
takes a shower, and Sarah's on her way there. He comes out, and he's naked. And he's like, "Got a surprise for you."
Oh, he's doing the dick wag.
And then that's when she starts to break up with him, and he realizes it like midway through, and he remains naked throughout the scene because he says if he puts on pants, the relationship's over.
right.
And
There's someone else. I
and
love
also,
that.
again, I put in my notes, I felt his pain. I can relate. Also, Sarah's full of shit for saying there's no guy, which has been with all
Bullshit,
this for
yeah.
a year. And I put, there's always another guy. And then Peter even said, who's the dude?
Right.
9 times out of 10, there might be some issues with you, but I guarantee you there's a fucking dude in there who's taken away from it. Who's the dude? I had that written down.
This is hitting personal for you. I get.
Well, I said I've seen this movie like, happy times, sad times. I like this. It's a great movie.
Sad tissues or
happy times, sad times.
You get, like I said, you get like a whole new like
perspective. I get it.
Feel for the movie. Like, man, this is really good. Like, yeah, I had that.
Okay.
Which I think would lead into one of our table reads, I believe, next.
The opening?
No, after that when it's the whole thing with Pete.
Oh, in the club
Peter
with
and
Brian.
and they
I would just say I just
let's do a few more scenes, and we'll get to that table read.
No, I just got to mention a couple of things because they come up in the beginning. I love that this universe of movies, though, they do have at least this and Get Him to the Greek. I don't know if there's another one. They do have like clips of media, like Sarah Marshall's show.
Yeah, good call, yeah.
As the first like opening thing,
Yes.
where it's like obviously a hyperbolized version of the crime scene genre
scene
TV.
of the crime. I love that they just kind of like
and Billy Baldwin's like this brooding guy with one-liners.
detective,
He's
yeah,
like,
Dixical, shit like that.
I was like, they do a really good job while you're looking.
Ouch! Can you say Dixical?
They do a really good job of like recreating Entertainment Tonight and all the
Right.
cheesy, like, and all the ways they like behind the scenes and like
It looks like
them
an
on the
episode.
red carpet.
Yeah.
Dancing.
I like that though. It's a nice touch.
It's done well, and then also they got all the Snow's like music videos too.
Exactly.
Fucking
Leading
awesome.
into that, and the guy with the cheesy thing. I know we don't always listen to the music, but maybe this time we'll take a listen.
And that
then
actually,
they, play
it does. So this kind of transitions us to our first table read, option 4.
So,
If
wait,
you-
what's option 4?
which is
where were there? Okay, so anyways,
Brian?
at this point, Peter broke up with Sarah
actually that's ahead actually.
Yeah,
which
we
one
want to
were you
do
talking
Brian and Peter in the club.
Yeah, Brian Peter in the clubs before that.
So basically, Brian and the stepbrother and Peter are going out
6.
because Peter is now he just got over he just talked with the doctor, said,
Yep.
go fuck something.
Oh yeah, we gotta mention that. I forgot. The doctor scene's hilarious. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
He's a pediatrician. You kind of mentioned in the quote.
It was a great.
It's a really
topic.
funny scene though. I'm not. I want to
Great
give it.
dig.
I want to give it its just due.
I got you.
It's one of the better scenes of the movie. Okay, yeah. Now
I think it's a great concept of him going, I have a STD and I need to get this checked out. This is a family friend. You know.
right, and
So then now they're at the club. They're
yes.
trying to meet some ladies.
And we're gonna do the transition. We're not gonna do the extended, but we'll let Ryan kind of chime in on that because he didn't send us the notes for that.
yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do I have it? Okay, hold on, real quick. Dun, dun, dun,
I
technical.
definitely did. I was gonna say really quick while you're looking for that. I love in this scene. They're talking about like. Basically, we're gonna go over, but I'm just gonna stop really quick. They're talking about that he's trying to look for women,
Oh, I got
and,
it. Yep.
and then his
Are we doing
separate,
option 6?
yeah,
Option
his
6.
stepbrother feels uncomfortable about it, and then Peter's basically saying like, well, she's fucking someone, so I gotta fuck
Right.
someone. And then there's a little clip where he's like, how you doing? And he's like, I'm okay. And he show him like watching like German television or something.
Yes.
And they're
Oh,
like,
like a Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. He's like, Auf Wiedersehen. And he's crying. I just wanted to mention that part.
It's Project Runway. Did you say
Yeah.
that?
Oh, okay, I didn't know what it was.
Project Runway.
All right,
But
so we'll do option 6 extended,
Yeah, it's really funny.
and I'm gonna play the part of Brian and Woj. You're playing Peter,
No,
right?
I'm Peter.
No, he's
Oh,
Peter.
sorry.
I'm the chick for
All
the
right,
one
so-
line.
Eventually, when we get there.
All right, go ahead. And
All right.
action.
Sorry, and I need to get a mic.
Total silence while I get in that character.
I love it.
Jonah Hill quote for
I
you.
fucking love it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be Brian, and let's get this thing rolling. So,
Brian's Bill Hader. by
Bill
the way.
Hader, they just got to the club with him and Peter. We don't hang out in places like this, Liz and I. Why did you take me here? This place smells like stripper's perfume. I swear I'm going to get herpes from sitting on this couch. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah. You don't have to keep asking me. I'm good. I feel really good. I feel happy.
Maybe you should work on that Dracula musical. Look, you've been working on it for a while. It'll help your mind. Be creative. Think about you.
I think I need to fuck somebody.
Whoa. You're not my stepbrother anymore. Who are you? You're a step stranger. Why are you talking to me like that?
Brian.
You don't need to put your P in a V right now.
No, I don't. I need to B my L all on somebody's T's.
That's disgusting. You don't need to be doing that. And if anything, you should leave your P in the V and blow it inside of the V. Then so you could create a BABY and be a normal person. I'm leaving, man. I'm out of here.
She's fucking somebody. Okay, Bri? It's all I can think about. So she's out there, and until I do the same thing, I'm gonna feel like I want to die. So just talk to girls with me tonight, all right?
All right. I'll help you out. I'll talk to girls with you.
All right, and then this next scene is like back to back, and now this is where they're actually talking to a couple of ladies, Brian and Peter, and Peter's kind of being weird, but it's funny.
Peter's great. I love this.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of the booze flowing in
Yeah,
his-
so he's definitely hammered.
I'm gonna continue now. Are you guys ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. I find you both very sexually attractive.
Okay, let's pump the brakes. All right.
I think that having sex with either of you would be a great treat for me.
You are so funny.
I just came out of a 5.5-year relationship, so I'm not looking for anything serious. Just sexual activity.
Okay, let's wrap it up, buddy.
You want to come home?
I'm sorry, you are cracking me up.
Oh, yeah? You want to come home?
Oh, that's good.
And
That's the same
scene.
girl. And scene. That's the
Dude.
same girl who's like, do you want to gag me?
I
do now.
No, that's
That's a different
that's
girl.
different one.
Different girl.
June Diane Raphael's the
Oh.
first one. Carla
You're right,
Gallo's the
sorry.
other.
He's the one where he cries in the bed and he's like,
Yeah, he
I'm
cries,
sorry
yeah.
for being awkward.
Overall, I
She's
thought-
like, it's all right. You're being awkward pretty much the whole time. But just the line, I had it in the quotes myself. Just you want to come home? Is like such an ultimate drunk like
I was like, yeah.
the drunk Hail
peak
Mary.
drunk of like exactly what he's doing. I find you sexually attractive.
Yeah, that's the best part. I find you both equally sexually attractive. Taking either of you home would be a great treat for me. It's like
Yeah.
no filter. This is great.
And this kind of progresses. So we'll stay on scenes. This progresses to inevitably and this is one of my favorite scenes is when Peter is going through his apartment, kind of clearing all of Sarah Marshall from his life. And Brian goes to his computer. He's like, I got to delete these things. I got to move forward with my life. He's like, you didn't even do a proper delete. And it's done. And it's done. And he screams out of like panic because he's like, you know, he deleted it, but he never cleared it.
Actually, I would just say before that, there's the sex montage with all the different one night stands.
Oh, yeah. All the one night
All
stands.
just terrible.
Including
Yeah.
one, the gag me girl. She's every. It's
Carla
just,
Gallo.
hi. Okay, do you mind not saying that over again? You can gag me. You brought a gag. And handcuffs. Do you want to gag me? Kind of now.
Kind of.
And then the one black
the
chick
passiveness.
gives like no effort.
yeah, I
came. And then there's like a Latina chick. He's like, oh, papi. And doing all
As
this.
in the unrated.
Oh, okay.
That
Well,
was-
The
wasn't in-
unrated. Get the unrated. I really think it adds a lot more.
I always feel like
Well,
if you
this-
have the option for the unrated, usually I just go with the unrated.
We'll discuss the unrated
discuss
versus
it.
rated. I got a point.
But yeah,
to
that
bring
does
up there.
anyway leads to the scene Bobby was telling me.
All right,
about where
can we do option 4 then? That's another table read. I think Woj and me are going to be doing it as
Yeah.
well.
I just like a 2-second scene though that
Yep.
he does go crazy in the sound booth right before that. Like this is in
Yeah,
the
he goes fucking
bout of his
nuts. You're
depression.
fucking Billy Baldwin.
and it's important to note that Peter does the sound or score for
The show.
Sarah Marshall's show.
the tones.
Yep.
What's he
So he
called?
does like dark ominous
I like how he did the
tones.
Seinfeld
Yeah,
setup.
so,
like,
he's
maybe
getting-
losing your penis is a bad
He's,
thing.
yeah, he's clearly losing his mind, and then he's just fucking like first one. He's like, boom, 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 meow, meow. Kirk Fox comes in though.
You know you're not
It's
kidding.
like let's go with the usual stuff. Maybe dark and
Dark.
ominous, like losing your penis is a bad thing. And then he starts ripping up the sound, like or the projector screen.
he takes what is the music sit on? What is that called? An easel or whatever?
Stand.
Stand. He used that and just destroys the fucking screen.
And he's like, "Come on, I got Allman Brothers tickets. I gotta get out of here, dude."
Got Allman Brother tickets.
All right, now we're into the read, which is Peter
Yes.
and Brian in the kitchen.
So this is a dialogue between Peter and Brian.
This is option 4, right?
Yeah, this is option 4 where Peter's at a point where he is super depressed, and at this point he's
I mean, his apartment is in disarray.
in disarray, and he's taking a strong position. So here we go.
Look, Liz and I, we think the world of Sarah. We think she's great, but, and I'm just being honest here, every time she would come over to her house, she always acted, like a little bitch. Okay. Pump the brakes.
Dating Sarah is not like dating Liz, okay? Sarah is better than Liz.
You really want to have this conversation? Do you really want to have this conversation?
Yes.
She is the mother of my unborn child.
Sorry.
You're my stepbrother. We're not even blood. I have no qualms with sticking you. I will equalize you.
Sorry.
You dick.
Dick. Yeah.
I
love
fucking
Bill.
love that line because you have Bill Hader really just being explosive on scene.
This is where I love Bill Hader the most, is where he can be kind of like a little unhinged, crazy kind of guy. He does it very well. What do we got next? So he's pretty much into Hawaii, right?
I have Peter checks into the hotel and sees Sarah, which is one of my favorite parts.
Oh yeah, I'll let you. This
You wanna
this
do
is
the
more of
little
a
quick
quote
one?
than anything, but go ahead.
Yeah, I have it. You want me to
Go ahead. Yeah, you can run it.
Who's
It's part of my quote.
I
section.
can do Rachel, right?
I'll be
You
Peter.
can do Rachel.
Is she coming this way?
Hold on.
Oh no, I don't have
Fuck,
it in the
man.
quote section. You might have to read off his.
Okay.
I didn't text it to you though.
But it's
No, it's
more
fine.
of a
I got it.
Like Rachel says all
It says-
2 lines.
Is she,
got you.
is she
I got
coming this way?
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't wearing this fucking shirt.
Try and button it.
And then,
Button it back.
and then Sarah, Peter, what are you doing here? I came here to murder you.
I came here.
Oh, then Elvis is like, I've lost a shoe. Have you
not
seen
quite
it
like
anywhere?
this,
like-
Excuse me, missus. I lost a shoe like this one. It's like this one's fellow. It's sort of the exact opposite. In fact, of not the evil version, but, you know, a shoe like this, but on the other foot. Otherwise, I'd have 2 right. So.
You know what? Like part of this, like it is one of my top 5 movies. But the love I have for this is they do a lot of like, and we didn't really mention this, but cinematography shots. They do a lot of different like Hawaii, like just the backdrop,
Very nice background. Yeah,
background and
shots.
like transition, like spots where I was just like, dude, I want to be there right now, just feet in the sand. Just enjoying life, hearing the like crash of the waves, just Hawaiian life.
I mean, I think it's always going to be a nice place to fucking shoot a movie on. I would just mention, I'm going to be a little generic here, but like
sure,
any Russell Brand scenes or Jonah Hill scenes,
yes,
those were always like just perfect. I know we're going to go through a couple of the quotes with those
Yes.
in the future, but I just want to be general. And it's like those start to pop up now every.
Can I also say I would, in the same vein, anything with Bill Hader?
yes,
The Skype sessions, or specifically this next part when he's
Liz.
Peter's following them
Yeah.
to their hotel room, and he's like, "What are you doing? Don't get out of there. Go to your room." And he's like,
Peter, go back to your room. Peter.
Peter, and he's like yelling on the phone. You can hear him like, "What the fuck is wrong with you,
Peter,
you fucking idiot?"
Go back to your
Go
room,
back to
Peter.
your-
Peter, go
Was
back to
that
your room.
was that fun? Did you enjoy that? Like he has like awkward talk to them with them or whatever.
But like I said, the believability of like a brother-in-law saying that to you would be like, or whatever the situation. It's like, yeah, like I would be the same way. I'd be like, dude, fucking don't do it. Like, stop, go away, go away.
That part's so funny. Oh, and then we should mention that because this kind of is our first indication with when they're in the lobby that Mila Kunis maybe could like him. I think she just kind of feels bad for him at this point. But
Right, it's
she's
almost
at
a
least,
sorrow.
She's got a heart at least you can see at this point, whereas she gives him the or she's like,
Yeah,
hey,
she sets him up
you
like,
booked-
hey,
we
Kapuna
booked a
suite.
suite for you, like make
For
him
4
not,
days.
make him not
Yeah.
look bad or whatever. And then she hooks him up with it for the rate of a normal room.
No,
No,
she
he's
said, no,
staying.
free.
Oh, no, sorry,
she said you're
He
technically
just
not a
sneaks
guest.
Right, he sneaks in.
So it's like
squatting
the
there.
presidential
Yeah,
suite.
okay.
That's like $6,000
Well, either way,
a
she didn't
night.
have to do that, and that was pretty.
That's part of the movie that kind of like adds to the flavor because she's like, hey, I'm gonna help this guy out, but she follows through on it. Like, hey, you know what? As long as you clean your room, we're good with it.
I think it starts as like she's doing him a solid, and
Right.
then obviously.
Sure, this is like the early maybe
And this
sprouts or indicators.
leads us to option 1. We have Rachel and Peter because he goes to the Caputa suite. He sees that Russell Brand is basically, drilling out the ovaries of fucking, Sarah Marshall. And he's super depressed because he tried to get away from Sarah and now he's just been thrust.
Yeah, it's literally a worse
He just
nightmare.
can't avoid her everywhere he goes. Work, on the plane, in the
meals,
resort.
yeah.
So who wants option 1?
I got Rachel.
All right, go ahead.
Peter?
Sarah?
No, Rachel Jansen from the front desk. What's going on up there? We're getting calls about a woman crying hysterically.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it too. It sounds like she's having a tough time. I think it's coming from the floor above.
You're on the top floor.
I'll try to keep it down. and that just sets the stage for like his mental, like I said, his mental like fortitude going into that. And I'll say this: I love the fact that the staff basically is like shepherding like Peter through this breakup. Like he's bitching about it constantly, and everyone knows about him dating Sarah. Like at this point. But they're also like trying to be supportive and help him out. So I mean,
I think the locals definitely feel bad for him that he's like he's telling them the story. Like he's obviously heartbroken. So like there's scenes where like he's going to take surfing lessons. He's going to the bar. He's going
getting super drunk early on. I love the
going
whole,
to have dinner.
Sex in the City reference.
Right. So that was also kind of like as he's getting drunk, and he's getting all these like tropical drinks and shit like that. The one with the Sex in the City, though.
Miranda.
I'm Miranda. I sleep with everyone.
I'll be honest, among all three of us, I'm definitely the Peter Brenner in the sense that I like tropical girly drinks. Like,
hey, man,
fruity cocktails.
I'll take a tropical drink in the right setting.
I'll take... I'll take a pina colada with -10
degrees,
out just for the mental capacity of...
Fuck that.
I'm not opposed to tropical drinks.
Really? The guy who doesn't like whiped cream.
I don't like whipped cream. Let's go. Can I get no whipped cream?
No, you can't.
God,
incorrect.
You know what? That still bothers me to my core.
Remember that scene too? He pulls out the banana and the drink. He's like, "Hey, buddy, not us."
Oh my God!
What do we got next up here?
Continue on for the scenes.
Well, there's a piano in the room, and he's just like he's like doing this opera, but then he obviously is going into like a drunken bout of depression.
And this is the scene you're referring to is after him and Rachel kind of like cut things off, and they both go.
They don't kiss at the end of the night. In the first date, after the first date.
No, but the piano scene where he's all depressed, that's after he's gotten back to...
I think he's thinking of a different one.
Oh, which one are you referring to?
I think the piano scene in the hotel where I forget what song. Like,
plays the Muppet song.
That's at the bar. So that's the bar with him and Rachel going on a date. Dracula musical.
Bar? No. Bar at the hotel is what I mentioned with Peter. The next scene, though, he's like in the hotel playing the piano. Then Rachel and him go on the date.
I'm not familiar with that piano scene.
It's like a quick scene, but I just also wanted to mention like he's singing like what the fuck does he say? Like something like "You're the Muppets." Excuse me.
Actually, I mean,
I'm not familiar with that scene.
I don't know where it is, but he says something is like, "And you're the Muppets," and he was in the Muppets.
Let's start the show tonight. Yeah, he's in the Muppet movie, exactly.
He's in the Muppet. I just like the connection there, like something like that.
I was gonna say, actually,
back to scenes.
We skipped a few before that.
Yeah, we did.
Go.
All right, well, there's a quick one. Peter goes to dinner by himself and is embarrassed by Jonah Hill.
Yeah, do you want
a magazine?
A newspaper?
Can be bored by herself, and he
boring.
He ends up walking out because he sat directly across.
Jonah Hill just laying into him.
Yeah, he sat directly across from Sarah and Russell, so he's again like pissed off. And then that
hold on, can we pause there? Transition. Whoa, just one of your favorite like little quotes is like, "Yes, I would like to sell you weed, but I'm at my place."
Oh man, we're gonna have to do it. Well, I would love to sell you some weed, Jeremy, but I'm at my fucking job right now. Obviously, because you called me at work, you know that I'm at my place of work. So I can't just leave here and sell you some weed. I can sell you some weed when I'm done. All right, I got to call you back. Mahalo.
Mahalo. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Is that a magazine or something? It's going to be boring.
Peter has a couple cocktails at breakfast and then goes to yoga with Kristen Wiig. That's
a Kristen Wiig.
Hilarious.
I forgot to mention her in the cast.
We mentioned it.
Maybe
she's really hilarious, like condescending and like just like
total bitch.
Well, it's also the comparison between like Aldous Snows on like Yogi Monthly or whatever.
Yeah, the guy's able to bend like a fucking rubber band.
If you can't do it, it's okay.
And he's like, you can just sit in child's pose, like pointing right to Peter.
And he's like, doing a handstand, motherfucker.
Dude, that quote, I didn't even know what he actually said there.
No, I think that's it.
I'm doing a handstand, motherfucker.
No. He's like, what's up? My legs, that's what.
That's what.
I'm doing a handstand, motherfucker. Do the handstand.
And then
he has like a Mai Tai sitting right next to his yoga mat.
And she comes by. She's like, I knew that wasn't just pineapple juice.
And then after that is actually the Peter takes surfing lessons from Kunu, which I believe you have.
Yes, we do. So we have another table read.
I think that's you guys, right?
Yeah, I'm Kunu.
Yeah, and I am Peter.
Kunu is Paul Rudd.
So we're going to do a kind of an extended version. We're going to cut out the monologue where that Chuck is trying to teach Peter how to get up on a surfboard, but we'll kind of breeze past that.
Yeah.
We'll pick it back up.
I think overall it's like a 3-minute scene, and we're
Fucking
going.
hilarious.
You're going like 1minute and 45
Yep.
seconds of it.
All right. Hey, are you Chuck?
Man, they won't change that stupid flyer. Chuck's my mainland name. My Hawaiian name's Kunu.
Oh, sorry.
It's cool. It's all good.
So does Kunu have some cool Hawaiian meaning?
It means Chuck. I plugged into a database. There's a thing you can go on the internet. You just type your name and it just says it. What's your name?
I'm Peter.
Peter. Yeah, I'm going to give you a Hawaiian name.
Oh, great.
Piopi.
Great.
Piopi, it looks like you got a little pain behind those eyes.
Yeah, maybe a little.
There's really only one cure for that.
What's that?
Weed. You got any?
No.
Oh, let's go surfing.
It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest
we're
scenes.
transitioning from the training scene where Chuck is trying to get Peter ready to go ride some waves.
Basically, he just keeps telling him to not do anything, but he has
do
to
nothing.
He's like, pop up. All right, pop up. He keeps saying it, and he's not doing it right. And he's like,
Yeah, you gotta do more.
All right, fuck it. Let's just go surfing.
Yeah, you got to do more than that.
All
Now
right,
you're just boogie boarding.
Yeah, you got to do more than the right. So then, okay, this is where I think
We're
they're
sitting out there
on the water,
ocean,
right?
in the
Yeah.
water.
All right.
So how long have you lived out here?
Psh, man, I don't know. Quit wearing a watch. I moved out here.
Wow, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, no, my cell phone had a clock on it. It's a clock on it, so I really don't need it.
Right. So basically the same thing. So how old are you?
I really don't believe in age or numbers. You know, I don't. I mean, if you had to put a number on it, I guess I'd be 44. Fuck.
You know what? Thanks for taking me out here. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever felt good in the past 3 weeks or so.
You need to get back on that board. What you need to do.
Yeah?
Here's the deal. When life gives you lemons, say fuck the lemons and bail.
Yeah, no, you said it, man. Totally.
Just gotta pull yourself up by your wetsuit and get back on that board. Hey, look, man. If you're attacked by a shark, are you gonna get up surfing?
Probably, yeah.
Let's go in it, right? Tacos are on me.
Probably.
If you get bit by a shark, you're probably going to give up surfing.
I love the believability of that scene because Jason Segel just nails it. He's like, yeah, fucking, I'm not going to be back out here if I get munched on by a
Dude,
shark.
when life gives you lemons,
He's like,
say
"Fuck
fuck
the
the lemons and
bail."
bail. That's so fucking great.
I say that now. I really do.
Yeah.
Piopi.
Piopi.
Then there's like I'm just gonna mention it. There's
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
quick Peter Skypes with Brian and Liz, and Bill Hader keeps doing the backgrounds on his phone. It's like
Closer to the mic.
the Hawaiian one. And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, he's like, there's no Native Americans in Hawaii.
It's the hula. No, it's.
I'm doing the luau.
And then Peter goes to a luau where Aldous performs inside of you, and Jonah Hill goes, I just went from 6 to midnight.
Oh,
I love that.
and
That's my
then-
favorite line.
dude, and then on top of
He's
it,
like,
he's trying to
just like
harmonize. Where he's like,
Inside of you. Yeah. How long
and
to
then
be
he's
if
like
it's-
doing like sexual, like basically poses or motions on
He's
the
getting
stage.
getting
doing
himself
like
into full, like,
doing the
you know,
Kama Sutra on stage.
So at that point, Peter talks to Kunu.
Kunu.
Kunu is Paul Rudd.
No, the big Hawaiian
Oh.
guy.
Is that
Kimu, I think.
Kimu, yeah.
Yeah. And then he invites him to roast the
Yeah, he
pig
gives him a
roast.
hug. He's like, all right, you want to help us with tomorrow's
like
pig roast?
Slaughter the pig or whatever.
He's crying while he's stabbing the
Chemo.
shit out of this
His name is
pig.
Chemo.
Yeah.
Chemo.
It's already dead, man.
And then that's
You
what,
look like a baby.
yeah. He's like, stop crying. I'm not crying. Really? Because you look like a big baby. Or, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
You know, you're
That's not good,
crying. Yeah.
Yep, you probably had it. I'm sorry.
No, that's pretty much
That's
it.
good.
You're good.
Oh, that is a funny
my
ass
bad,
scene.
dude.
Like I said, I love the fact that the supporting cast and the people that work at the hotel, like Dwayne the bartender.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from him comes a little bit later, and I'll hold that off until we get that scene. Is after they.
Did you just cock tease a fucking quote?
I did.
You're like, so when he says this, it's awesome, and I'm going to save that for later.
That's called leading.
What the fuck,
I'm
man?
giving them something to look forward to.
All right, I'm going to
Kiss
go
my
then.
ass.
I got this scene that always cracks me up. When Peter and Rachel, they've been on like I think it's
A date or
a
two.
couple dates. The second date they're playing in the coffee shop.
Do you guys know Mila
Or maybe the
Kunis
second
is,
part of it.
is,
where he sings?
Yeah.
is fluent in 5 languages or like
Man.
5 plus?
Good
She
for
knows
her.
English,
Yeah.
Russian, Ukrainian, Japanese. She actually does know Japanese, and I think Spanish or something like that. Like
The
she's
more you know.
She learned English from watching television.
I know,
also.
but dude, hats off to Mila Kunis. If you
I
ever get
have
bored
it.
with Ashton Kutcher, right here.
Yeah.
right.
But actually,
Okay.
well, to answer your question,
Whatever.
sorry.
It's the second part of the date,
Yeah,
right?
Peter actually goes. Yeah, Peter goes with her to a beach party, and then her ex-boyfriend's there. He gets punched. Then they go to the Joe's whatever bar.
Cool Joe's or
Cool
whatever.
Joe's,
Yeah.
yeah, when they do the Dracula musical. Like
Yeah, so
montage.
Rachel gets Peter up on stage, and the Dracula musical is exactly that.
So funny.
It's like, it's getting kind of hard to imagine things are going to get better. It's like real
I
niche.
swear if I see Van Helsing, I will slay him.
So it's real niche, and they just like pan after he's done. There's like an Asian dude
Yeah,
in the
this-
bar, and just like,
He's laughing his
Yeah,
ass
that one guy
off.
loves it.
and
yeah.
the chick looks back like, what?
Yeah,
the
the wife,
is up
dude,
with
he's
this
fucking
dude?
loving this. I love like
Yeah.
that little bit.
It was like
all,
a 2-second scene.
It makes
yeah.
it all. It really is a transition point. I really like it because it's like it's involving these extras, but it's like it really brings it home.
If you haven't heard this song, do yourself a favor and YouTube it.
I mean,
right now.
it's definitely worth it. Worth it to see the whole Peter catalog between the final product and the end show, which I put down like they show kind of the last number of
Yeah.
the musical. I also just like the blowjob joke on the call with
Yes.
Brian and Liz.
yeah.
And then the
Further
montage
away. Yep.
where
Did you have those pearls when you?
basically where Sarah Marshall is like telling Peter like this is why
I broke up.
we
with you.
didn't work out.
He passed out after the like removing Coral from Aldous Snow's
Right,
leg.
so he saves him and then, whatever, but they're telling him like why it didn't work out.
Right.
And she's like, "You wore sweatpants for an entire week," and then it shows a montage.
Oh,
of
but
him.
if it was Sean John, yeah, you
shall
shall not pass.
Yeah. It's just one of my favorite scenes.
That's one of the best parts. The "You shall not pass" thing. The whole sweatpants montage is classic.
Yeah.
My
Classic.
no, to go on his point when they're at like whatever the Joe's bar. I love it when he's like, you know what, I could play other stuff.
I could
And
do
he gets-
something else.
And she's like,
Dracula
the
musical.
He's like, thank you. And he goes into it. I think that like that little 1-2, and she smile laughing her ass off.
Yeah.
Like it feels
I think
real.
you start
it
to
feels
see,
real.
you start to see she's actually
That's the
digging him.
believability of this. It really is.
I think also one quick point to mention though is that the owner of this Cool Joe's or whatever the fuck, they have like a whole wall in the men's bathroom
Topless
of
and-
topless women, and
Rachel's a part of
Rachel's
it.
on there, and she's like pissed about it because the guy won't take it down, and she's like, it would ruin the collage or something like that. It's just
Yeah.
something like that.
we want to go to option 2. I think at some point.
What's option 2?
This is when Matthew was trying to
Yeah, so-
unload his demo.
Right. So these are those.
Who actually? You skipped it. You skipped option 8.
Which one? Option 8. Let's go to
That's
option.
where he gives him the demo first.
All right, let's go to.
So these
option
are
8.
the Jonah Hill scenes that are like popped in there as like again, Aldous Snow is his favorite person of all time, music act, and like again you just keep popping up every once in a while.
So that's
all right.
you two. So you are Matthew and you are Aldous.
Yeah.
Option
8. Yep.
And also, excuse me, Aldous is like, who the fuck is this guy? The
Right.
majority of
Aldous
it.
is a like global superstar, and then this is some
So he comes up to
waiter.
him on like his little balcony thing. He's like, "All right, so I came here to give you my demo. I worship you, and I just wanted to give you my demo. Just take a listen and okay, because you know what? You don't want to be the guy sitting there watching BBC and saying, "Oh, I saw that guy, and he was my waiter, and I totally dismissed him like everybody else does in his life." And she was wrong because he's a major, major influence on me now, and I feel terrible.
That stupid English voice. Is that me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, I fucking love this.
But all of Jonah Hill's like little add-ins, the 6 to Midnight, I definitely use that one to this day, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I think fast forwarding, I really want to get to 2 because after Peter passes out, because Aldous got some coral, jammed up into his like quad.
Well, we should say they were on the ocean.
They're on the
just
ocean,
talking, having
yeah.
a moment,
And this is where Woj has one of his favorite scenes. He's like, Peter's all pissed off. He's like, you can't be so like, this isn't Europe. You can't be so like laid back about this because they're like, oh yeah, you have a year on me, mate.
Yeah, Aldous basically tells Peter he's been banging Sarah Marshall for a year while they were dating. So obviously he's pissed, but Peter still saves Aldous when he like knocks him unconscious on the
Because he's like,
surfboard.
fuck, dude, you're cool. Like, I have to hate
Well,
you.
also, say before that, he mentions he listened to his music on Sarah's iPod and he enjoyed it. And
Yeah. Oh, this is one Dracula musical.
actually,
right?
Peter, I want to tell you, I was listening to Sarah's iPod the other day and I missed the memorable Dross that was on that day. I found one track that I quite liked, so I checked out what it was, and actually, it was one of yours. It's kind of reminding me of a dark, gothic Neil Diamond. It's great.
That's exactly
what I was going for.
Right, yeah. He's like, fuck, you're cool. Sorry to say that because, I hate you in so many ways.
so many ways.
And then that's when he reveals that Peter finds out they've been
banging
going out
for a year, like
while
as they're
him
still
and Sarah
dating.
were still dating, which then leads into
So saves them. They're back at the hotel,
Right.
and then also it happens where Peter wakes up to Sarah like tending to him, and then again like they blow up because he just like, oh, I heard you were fucking Aldous for a whole year.
Yep.
right.
All right, so then Matthew comes in, Jonah Hill. All right, ready?
Well, this is when they're having their awkward dinner or whatever. We didn't mention that, right? That they're out to dinner, the couples.
Oh yeah.
That's part of it. The couples are out to dinner. Peter and Rachel.
Like Rachel's now established like a more romantic,
They're like together now. Some things have happened, and they're going to dinner, and then they like just
Sarah joins them. Yeah.
right. They just toss out like an innocent, like, well, if you want to join us, to Sarah. And
Sarah fucking
she
jumps
of course
on
is
it.
jealous, so she's like, yes, we're gonna do that. And they have like the most awkward dinner. Where Russell always shows him as Russell Brand's in a Tommy Bahama shirt, which he hates. Sarah picked out for him.
Fucking horrible. Yeah.
And throughout the dinner, it gets more awkward. Like you can just feel the tension between Sarah and Rachel. I guess I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And then Jonah Hill's like the waiter. He comes over to ask about his demo.
Right. So he's like, I have a question for you real quick, Mr. S. I was actually meaning to ask you, what did you actually think of my demo? Did you get it?
Oh, no. I was going to listen to that, but then I just carried on living my life.
So just not at all.
No, I didn't, because I've got my instincts, and they weren't good.
Fuck you, okay? Go fuck yourself. I can't yell right now because I'll get fired, and my boss will hear me, then I won't be able to pay off my student loans. But you know what? You're an asshole. I fucking hate you. I bought all your records. This whole fucking time I've been trying to get you to come and hang out with me. I'm gonna have people fuck with your food for the rest of the trip, you fucking dick.
I like him. That's quite moving.
The little jabs right there, like we did that kind of table read. It just adds so much more like humor to the overall movie. And like I said, this is one of my top fives. And honestly, I never find a dull point in this movie.
I want to mention quickly because this dinner scene is arguably it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
You love it. I think you like it more than me and Woj, but go ahead.
Well, there's a quick quote where all this is talking about just live in the moment. He's like, lose yourself in fuck. And then he's wearing this stupid Tommy Bahama shirt, and he sees an old guy. He looks at him the same shirt, and he's already pissed off about the shirt, but now he's even more. So he spills like cranberry juice on it, and he's like, oh no, not the shirt. Take my eyes, but not the shirt. Do you know what? I think I've actually improved it. Against all odds, I think I deserve a design award.
I love the fact that he's so callous to Sarah Marshall. He's like, so if you're in a situation where you're with a woman, you know, the most interesting thing that you can do in that situation, right? By which I mean I don't have a conversation, have a chinwag or a bit of a chat. Lose yourself in something that's both ancient and perennial. Find yourself eternal, perpetual, and that's what you run into. Lose yourself in fuck. So, I mean, Aldous Snow, he's plowing everything from A to Z.
There's a really quick bit I enjoyed, but I guess you guys didn't like it as much, but where Rachel's asking Sarah about this movie she's talking about. And
fucking hilarious.
Some terrible horror movie with, I guess, a cell phone is like kills you.
I think that was a real movie that actually she did, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm almost certain it is.
It's like, what'd you think of the movie? And he's like, it was awful, bloody film. I say it's a ridiculous premise. What would happen if your mobile phone killed you? Why would a mobile phone kill anyone? Doesn't make sense. How can a mobile phone have an agenda and kill people? And then Peter's like, I told her when she read the script, yeah, mate, you were the voice of reason. I tried to be, but she didn't listen. Going around killing people on mobile phone, like doing murders. Why couldn't she just take the battery out of the phone? Right, that's it. Battle's over.
Battle's over.
Yeah, we've won. I hated it. And she's like, well, it's not for everyone. No, it's ridiculous. Here's my favorite scene. Hello? He just dies or whatever. And then all this like, right, it could never happen. And she's like, it's a metaphor for an addiction to technology or whatever. He's like, it's a metaphor for a crap movie. It's like a really funny bit. I had to mention that.
Gotcha. I'm tapped out on scenes.
Yeah, I think we've gone through scenes quite the bit.
Well, I think we would just mention that Peter tries to him and Sarah try to
resolution?
kind of reconcile, but Peter in his heart figures out in the middle of a blowjob that he actually hates Sarah still, and he should be with Rachel. And then he goes to confess to Rachel, and she's of course distraught and heartbroken. Tells him never to speak to him again. And he takes the photo from the guy's bar, the naked picture,
Right, that's like
doodle paper guy, and he gets beat up by the doodle paper.
Yeah.
So I want to do this quote because I have it written here.
Sure, go
Excuse me. No, I haven't had anything to drink. Maybe the problem is that you broke my heart into a million pieces, so my cock doesn't want to be around you anymore. Okay? Ever. Because you know what I just realized? You're the goddamn devil.
Right, exactly. And then
Hold on, Dwayne. Okay, so Rachel finds out about this because she's like, tell me tell
Well,
me
yeah, he
fucking
goes
everything.
up to her and he tells her
And he-
immediately that
being honest, which I mean is a redeemable quality, but cheating on your basically your recent girlfriend or the girl that you've been kind of spent some time with, fucking idiot, man. If I was in Peter's position, fucking would never happen, never.
he
yeah.
tried to shoot that. That was nuts.
And then I gotta mention one of the best scenes. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Well, it's Peter singing the "Peter You Suck"
Oh,
song.
and yeah, we have that in the quotes.
Psychiatrist.
I have it.
Okay, good.
I mean, I don't. Do you
Go
want me
ahead.
to okay.
So this is
Do it
after they
justice.
break up.
Everybody hates you. Everybody wishes that you were dead. 'Cause Peter, you suck. Peter, you suck. Peter, your music is fucking terrible. Peter, you suck. Peter, you suck. You don't do anything of value. Peter, you suck. Go write some music, but instead you sit and write these bullshit songs. So self-loathing. Go see a psychiatrist. I hate the psychiatrist. Go see one anyway. I'm not going.
And he's just slamming away on his fucking piano in his apartment, which I fucking love. And then it progresses to a following scene where this, like I said, some of the folks that work at the hotel at Turtle Bay. I'm going to the Dwayne the bartender. He's one of my favorite characters that are supplemental to the main cast. But he's like, he refused a blowjob from his ex-girlfriend mid blowjob. Do you know what that's like for a man? It's called blue balls, Rachel. This guy's like Gandhi, but better. He likes puppets. I love puppets. I love Fraggle Rock. I love Lamb Chop. I love Elmo, Sesame Street, Bert and Ernie,
Yeah,
Snuffleupagus. Fucks my shit up.
Mentions a shitload.
And this is the same guy who like earlier. So I was like, if I could turn back time. All right, so the Madonna thing. He also mentioned.
Fuck
Cher.
What are you talking
Is it
about?
Cher?
Turn
Yeah.
back time, I think is
Sorry,
Cher.
Cher. Whatever. Same difference.
What the fuck are you talking
Both
about?
dried up bitches.
No.
I'm dialing back the movie where.
Get to what you're talking about. You say fucking land the plane. You're talking about if I could turn Shania. What? Let's go.
Oh my God. I'm going to hit you square in the sternum
Quickly,
and you'll
just
be out
real
for
quick.
6 weeks.
Cher and Madonna, completely
Cher and
different.
Madonna.
Cher is much older than Madonna also, but continue. Go ahead.
You just made my list, just so we're clear. All right, no, this is going back to where Dwayne the bartender is flexing his nuts on, like Peter, shut the hell up. Everyone knows about you and Sarah Marshall. He's like, and he goes on to say, I can name all types of fish. I know.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna do it justice.
Go ahead.
'Cause I'm gonna jump in.
I fucking want to kick him. Right.
He's like, the first part, he's like, man, it's not that hard. I used to live in South Central. I moved to Hawaii. Now I can name you over 200 different kinds of fish. And they're like, oh, no, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. Do it. Ghost piperfish, grillfish, golerfish, grouperfish, greenback. Then somebody asks him, what's the state fish of
What's
Hawaii?
the state fish of Hawaii?
Huma huma nuka nuka apua, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't have that. Sorry.
Oh,
It's all good.
dude, Woj, you just made a personal enemy today. I'm just
That's all right, man.
putting that
Just
out
get
there.
out
All
what
right.
you want to
Really,
say.
I think the last thing we should mention is the actual Dracula musical performance.
Yeah.
with
and
Bill
the
Hader going
resolution.
nuts. I fucking love that.
It's really funny and a great. Like, I want to see like a whole play of that now. Like,
I do. I would pay money to see Dracula.
And like
the musical.
Rachel comes to the musical,
Yeah.
even though
So-
the last interaction, he was like, "Never talk to me." She was like, "Never talk to
do
me
not
again."
text me. Do not call me. Do not email.
And
me.
he sends her an invite though, so she shows up. They get together. I would agree though. The Dracula musical could be dope to actually see the.
I'd
whole
love
thing.
to see it.
Also, it's really funny, and she walks in him naked, so he kind of starts the movie naked and ends the movie naked
yeah.
with a girl.
Please stop laughing. Yeah, I love it.
Stop laughing.
I still got some quotes to kind of rattle.
We
off.
will
Should
do
just
quotes and then
rip
we'll
that
move
up?
on to picky nits.
Well, we got a couple other categories in
Okay.
there.
It's my directions.
Yeah, but still, there's some things you got to do.
I
I
want
got
to
one.
How about you go to Stad? It's like, go to Stad. People love it there. Stad is like a place in Germany.
Oh.
Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
Swing and a miss. There you go.
I
Woj.
didn't get that. No, I didn't have that one. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no one did.
Jesus Christ, you guys are gonna fucking come the.
Here we go. Come on now.
I made a target.
Rattle 'em off.
Yeah. So when Peter's in the, they have like a flashback of him at red carpet events. The photographer.
Oh,
yells at him,
holding.
like,
Yeah.
Andre the Giant, out of the shot, please. Matumbo. Out of the shot.
I got when he's Jack McBrair's talking about his wife. He's got such a great cadence too. He's like, she's complicated, like the Da Vinci Code. I don't know why it always gets me.
So like this leads to a scene I know you mentioned and I'm totally on board with is Aldous Snow is trying to like shepherd him and his sexual like exploits. Like, hey, you're married now. He's like, you got to penetrate deeply while simultaneously stimulating the clitoris, and if you can involve the anus, it's a trifecta.
Exactly.
So they grab the chess pieces out there in the middle of the beach, and he's like trying to help him with his sex practice. That was fucking hilarious.
I do love that shirt you got me. I admire Sir Tommy Bahama an awful lot. He's a
But I
talented
think
man.
this is better.
I think this is more proper for the
He's
occasion.
wearing like a total see-through
Yeah.
mesh top.
Yeah, with lipstick he's gonna wear and shit.
Is this your eyeliner? Can I borrow it?
I like Kristen Wiig, and just real quick, where she's like, "You're gonna want to arch your back and keep it flat." And he's like, "I think those are two conflicting opinions."
Conflicting ideologies.
And he's like, "No, you're gonna arch your back, but then you're also gonna keep it flat." I don't know. She's got a great
She's fucking hilarious.
Kristen Wiig,
condescending
I
tone.
like her as an actress. Put her in.
She kind of did that in back-to-back movies with Knocked Up in this, where she plays like that condescending bitch, where she's like underhanded.
I loved her in Bridesmaids. I'll be the first one to say Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids is good.
Great
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Great film. Paul Rudd. I say this one to this day.
Yeah.
The weather
Wiki.
outside is
I heard
weather.
that too. I always.
You sound like you're
Go,
from
go.
London.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, go.
Aw.
Do the full part.
You sound like you're from London. That's what I was gonna say.
No, the first part. It's just like they're on their way. Wiki.
Wiki.
Oh, I didn't have that. Or he's like, okay, Monster Man. He calls,
Okay, Monster Man. We
Peter.
called the front desk. They're
You
out
sound like y'all from
Oh,
London.
I like her hair. I wonder if the carpet matches her pubes.
Oh yeah, you're that guy that works for Kaiser Permanente. He's
there.
like, it's like, no,
Dude,
Peter,
we went
dude.
surfing like 2 days ago.
Are those sad,
All right,
sad
yeah.
tissues or happy tissues?
He beat me up with a star, or he beat some dude with a starfish. Yeah, come on, that's bullshit. It was me.
That dude was me.
That dude-
If God was a city planner, he wouldn't put a playground next to a sewage system. Complimentary coconut cake. It's from the hotel. Definitely not for me personally.
I like this one. Bill Hader part's really funny. What's up with that hat? What are you in the Buena Vista Social Club?
You look like one of the guys who
This-
shot Kennedy.
This is a nice hat. Yeah. What do you remember the Brat Pack? Are you, or are you one of those guys suspected of killing JFK?
Bill Hader really adds a lot of fucking pepper to this.
Are those sad tissues or happy tissues?
Dakota Fanning and her people need you to clear out.
Hi, can I have another Bloody Mary, please? You're still working on that one. It's an anticipatory order.
I mean, the one that still, it absolutely gets me going is all this snow is like talking to Peter about the, like they're basically like he's done. And like Aldous and Sarah have a fight and break up. He's like, oh yeah, fuck the housekeeper the other day.
Yeah.
And then
And he's like, you've lived under her for, go ahead.
Yeah, he's like, how you served under her for 4 years. You should deserve a medal or a parade or at least a hug. And then he's like,
He's not
For me, 1 week was like going on holiday with, like, I wouldn't say Hitler, but Goebbels. It's like, Jesus Christ. And then the last one I got is like, this guy's like Gandhi, but better. He likes puppets.
This kind of transitions. I know we're at a point though. Like, I'm not sure how much musical or in terms of like tracks or albums. There's a few,
handful.
but I think there's more. Like, go ahead if you guys want to dive into that a little bit. But go ahead. I think there's more scores or transitions.
Opening song, "Love You Madly" from Cake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. There's a Hawaiian version when they're at the bar playing "More Than Words" from.
I like that song.
What's their name? I forget. The
yeah.
'90s band.
Yep.
Amber from 311.
311.
Move Your Feet from Junior Senior. It's like a kind of like a club type of.
Yeah.
I didn't mention like the Aldous Snow's music and musical. Inside of You there. Peter's rock opera. All of those are fucking great.
Yeah, the Dracula's Lament.
A song that I meant to play, "More Than Words" by Extreme. Fucking great song. If you know, you know.
That's what I had. That's what I said.
So true. Yeah.
Oh, you did just say that?
the
Sorry.
Hawaiian version of it. Yeah, they're playing it.
I like the Hawaiian version. Honestly, that puts it on a different level. Go
I
ahead.
got you. Israel Kamako Wiwole. You know, he's the big huge Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't that
does the
transition
greatest.
to Turtle Bay essentially?
What?
Like the Turtle Bay Resort. That's when that song comes in, or that score.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
That.
Okay.
I don't know. All I was just gonna mention is that he is like his rendition of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" is easily the that hit my bet too. Fuck yeah, son. Easily
the over.
Easily my favorite song. Like, not of all time. That's crazy, but like the best version of that song. It makes me just fucking feel all over. It's not in this movie per se, but I just want to mention he does a bunch of different versions of like Hawaiian songs and shit like that.
Also had "Nothing Compares to You" from Sinead O'Connor.
Oh yeah.
When he's depressed in the house,
Yeah, you're right.
burning the pictures.
That's great.
I think that's it for me. I mean, obviously, again, the Dracula's Lament, the
Right.
Dracula song.
I'm on to Switcheroos, sequels, prequels, spin-offs. I think we can do those pretty quick.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, legit is
Get Him to the Greek is
right.
like a legit spin-off, pretty
They
much.
use
Right.
infant
But it
sorrow.
is odd. Okay, we know this, but Jonah Hill is in it, but he plays a different character. He's not.
He doesn't play
Matthew.
Matthew, yeah.
Like, you're right. In that sense, you're right. Sorry.
That was an odd choice. I mean, I think it's obviously their chemistry is fantastic. Why they didn't just make him the character from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I don't know. I think
that blows my mind. That easily could have been a
could have
quick
been like,
transition.
actually, we met at the resort and he became my manager,
Right.
or whatever. My
Or
assistant
more
or-
likely, I forgot who this person was. And
Or
then
yeah,
I just
right,
naturally-
exactly. And then
yeah.
you're like, how'd you get a haircut? Because you had different hair, but you get a haircut.
Yeah.
Or you could mention something like,
So, piggybacking on the Get Him to the Greek, like, I just enjoy this universe, like, where these people exist. Like, Aldous Snow is a staple rocker in both universes. So I do really like that. In terms of my spin-off or sequels, prequels, I would like Aldous with Peter and Paul Rudd add in as a comedy trio. I don't know how that fucking would work.
so like reprising the characters from Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Or
No.
different-
These would just be, I'm sorry, I should have put just Russell Brand, Peter, and Paul Rudd in a...
like a
So those
project for
characters.
them.
Right, a project for him, but it could also be, I guess, technically in the universe, but realistically, I think
Something different.
we're definitely looking at more of like, maybe Aldous is the same, but then Peter and Rudd are two different guys, not the same guys in the...
I mean, I could see it with Aldous and Peter. They kind of had like a kinship.
Aldous,
you know?
Peter for sure. I just don't know how you would work Paul Rudd in, who I think is integral to being like a kind of aloof dummy.
It would almost be like Aldous has a problem with something and he asks Peter for help, and then they go somewhere, and then Kunu just is there, and then joins the adventure in some
So
sort
I
of
have
fashion.
two
I don't know.
transitions. Or one is the rise of Kunu, basically.
The rise of Done.
Done.
I approve.
That sounds
So
like
That's awesome.
Getting like Kunu's story before he came out to the Hawaii, but also in a transition or whatever you want to call it is I think Point Break could be a movie that leads into this because Point Break has a bunch of surfers that are maybe on tour or trying to get sponsored or win some things. and Rachel, who might have been a young, similar to Johnny Utah, going over the hot brunette, or kind of hot brunette, not really.
Are you talking about the female lead of Point Break?
Female lead for Point Break, but I'm saying Rachel would be kind of the brunette for another surfer that eventually
Lori Petty, that's right.
Makes the tour and goes out to Hawaii. So in that same realm,
okay,
it's possible.
I could see it. I believe it. Switcheroo real quick. I just need some Seth Rogen in this bitch, dude.
Really?
Put him in the universe.
Him and Jonah in the same movie, I think, would be too much. That's
well,
all.
Jonah's really the secondary. I'm saying Seth Rogen is like more of like a featured
actor in that.
Like more scenes than Jonah, but like again, could have been like Peter's friend that he met. Like he could have played the Paul Rudd bit. I love Paul Rudd in this. I think he's great. But I'm saying like I think Seth Rogen could have been like another weird local guy. I don't know, maybe a weed dealer or something like that.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, that would track. I don't like him in a different type of role.
Sure,
that's all.
I think he would be in like a one and done, like a weed dealer.
I don't think, but he's mentioning more than Jonah's on screen time, and I mean
Jonah only had 3 scenes.
Yeah, but I think he had a
four
significant on
scenes.
screen time. I wouldn't want to see Seth more than that.
I could see Seth Rogen maybe after
like 1 or 2
after Peter performs Dracula. Maybe he goes up and performs something.
Oh, that would be good.
Like,
yeah, he's like another artist.
And now the
artist.
Ira Weinstein.
The Ira Epstein experience.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then he has like some weird song he plays or something.
Okay, I did want to float this one out here. Not necessarily a switcheroo, more kind of in the spin-offs, prequels, sequels, but like Peter and Brian is like stepbrothers, but like the more serious than Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. So like they're still comedy, but they're not like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly in that movie are like infants. They have like the mental capabilities of like a 20-year-old.
I get that, but I'm just wondering how much depth in that type of movie could like.
I think Bill Hader is criminally undervalued. Barry was such a great show
Barry.
for
Barry.
him.
If you
as
guys
a
get a
lead.
chance, go check it out. It's on
Barry's
HBO,
great.
isn't it?
Yeah, HBO.
Go check it out. HBO Max.
But I'm just saying, I don't know how that would work necessarily, but I wanted to mention it.
I like it. I think it's a creative.
We're not
going
to review this movie again, so.
All right.
Are we logically at picking?
Are we at picking Nits?
Again, I just had Get Him to the Greek for both answers because it's literally
it is
connected.
Same
like they've
shit,
already done it.
Right.
Again, like I said, I think they should have made Jonah Hill's character the same from the movie and just continued both of them.
Right.
It would make more sense.
Okay.
All right, Piggy Nits. Let's kick it around.
I have a few.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Let's start off. Peter flies to Hawaii without having a hotel reservation. Really?
I like that. It's bold.
Fly to Hawaii.
I think it's more spur of the moment. I could believe it.
You couldn't get a reservation.
I like the fact that he did.
What if you couldn't get a reservation? What the fuck are you gonna do?
I think he could go
you could be a homeless person.
So
in Hawaii
this kind of goes into my picking. It is like hotel. There's only one $6,000 room night
per night. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Peter's working on a hit, not a hit necessarily, but like a network TV show. He's probably making a good chunk of change. Probably could have afforded it, right? The hotel's nice. I think one of them are going to a different hotel. Either Sarah goes and flies and goes like, "Hey, I'm going to the other Ritz
it wasn't gonna
on
be
the other
Peter.
island." I think Peter. I could have easily seen him gone to like a shack where it's like, "Oh, I have to stay in this Motel
or beach
6."
bum it, yeah.
Basically, shit, and then hijinks ensue from there.
Okay.
But I think it's weird that both of them stay. Like, I get pride.
Rachel helps him out huge, yeah.
I get pride for sure, but at the price point of $6,000, and you go, I got 30 in my bank, and I'm gonna spend 24 on fucking 4 nights. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah.
What else you got, Ryan?
A couple of quick ones. The one scene where they get in the beach fight. Before they get in that fight, Peter shakes the waiter's hand left-handed for some reason. I kind of found that really weird.
It's a continuity errors up the yin yang.
He shakes his hand left-handed, and the guy punches him with his right hand. So it's like obviously it's so he can punch him right-handed, but who shakes with their left hand? That doesn't. I don't know. No one does.
It's really there. This one was one of the worst movies that I've seen with like in Amazon X-ray thing.
Yeah.
So many continuity errors. I think they just didn't give a fuck personally, but it is what it is.
And then the one scene where they go, Peter and Rachel go to the hike and they jump off the cliff.
That's fucking
Why are you guys
hilarious.
wearing flip-flops on a hike? You're wearing flip-flops?
I think it's a Hawaii
I know you're but still, you're in Hawaii. You think,
Hold on. How many continuity errors are there that you're aware of?
Dude, they listed, no joke, at least 20.
No kidding.
At least 20.
I guess for me it wasn't as impactful. It wasn't like in a
I
point.
agree. I don't think it really took away from the movie. I just was shocked like in the scene with Kunu and Peter, look at the towel. Towel switches arms
Okay,
multiple times.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a filming miss.
It's just continuity.
Yeah.
They just didn't bother to go.
You're right.
What
Actually,
fucking
I think about
shoulder?
that. Yes. Okay.
What shoulder was
notice
this
that.
fucking thing?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm out.
I've never worked in a hotel, but I would assume it's still kind of similar than like on the mainland United States. I don't think Rachel would be banging the guests necessarily. I don't know. That's a weird.
I would say entirely true, man, because I think once you clock out, who gives a shit?
But especially as the front desk person, if you're like, hey, I just like clean, like work in the service area or whatever.
All right, like so, you're not customer facing,
or just like, hey, I'm a bartender.
Or
like
waitress,
I could
yeah.
see that, yeah, for sure.
But I guess I don't have an issue with that, to be honest. I don't think that's unheard of.
I just also think of like her going to the restaurant attached to the hotel that she works. I'm not buying that a whole lot either. Of like, you work here
and you're going as a guest almost, yeah.
Right? Like, do you guys pay for it, or like, is it because Peter's like, oh, come to dinner with me here? I don't know. It wasn't explained too well, but
it feels like it's like outside of the hotel resort. It's like a small town,
and that's a very real possibility. I don't know. It seems like it's.
Plus, she probably gets
close.
a discount.
I'm just saying I don't think most hotel workers would normally like, oh, I'm going to go to the hotel bar where I worked for 10 hours.
Also, another thing and a different thing.
What the fuck?
What
the fuck? Also, another thing and a different thing.
With a hotel worker mingling with a guest, Michael bangs the concierge in the office. So we have seen it in other things where...
That's fine, but concierge kind of has like a sexy title to it.
What the fuck does that
a title definitely indulge me.
It's kind of insinuate.
Well,
no,
Rachel's
kind of asking.
Rachel's kind of like that concierge. She's like
a little
front
bit,
desk customer service, tells you where to go if you need to go to a restaurant.
I bet strippers like you too. I love that line.
I'm not putting
She's in customer service.
I'm not putting my entire paycheck on that. I'm not dying on that hill, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's an odd thing. I gotta mention this, man.
Bulls won. Holy shit.
So who was Devon McDonough? Who was the bartender's name? Dwayne. So Dwayne's like convincing Rachel, like, this ain't cheating. This isn't cheating. He refused a blowjob midway through. It's 100% cheating. I mean,
she licked the tip.
But I'm saying, like, in general, like,
it's definitely cheating.
You see the lead up though, like Peter's kissing back, and like, you know, he resists initially. She's like,
and he totally goes in,
quote that we did passed over is like, stop pulling my head. She's like, keep pulling it closer.
So I was comforting her, and when I'm comforting,
so like they start making out,
explanation.
and then she's sucking his dick. Like, that's cheating. Like, there's
agreed.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And I'll say Rachel took the adult approach. She's like, I've been in that place too, but that doesn't give you the right to treat me like
right.
this.
Right.
I agree with you. Counterpoint though, just
Ryan's gonna be like, for personal experience.
No, just to play devil's advocate. I don't agree.
No.
He cheated. It's cheating, but
he was honest though. He was forthcoming.
They're not exactly. They've been gone for
True.
4 days.
Right. It's kind of
not
early.
official.
There's some mutual.
No, I'm not saying it's good. It's
there's
definitely
some mutual.
It's not. It's shitty.
And that kind of leads to that one scene, which I love it. She's like, "You're so pretty."
But at least, I mean, like, he did come out and tell her right away.
He gets brownie points for that, but not for letting.
And he
her...
made a goodwill, nice gesture of getting the picture back and getting his ass kicked.
I would argue that if he just kissed her a little bit, nothing on the penis, right. I think it would have been maybe all right. Before we get to the the ratings and stuff like that, this is something that I just want to generalize about our rating, because we just did back to back. We did Wedding Crashers and then Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that both had unrated versions and then like basically like theatrical versions, right?
Yes.
Which most of the comedies that were coming out did.
Right. It was a common thing. It happens a lot. No big deal. The problem that I have, though, with Forgetting Sarah Marshall is that, like, with Wedding Crashers, they took out, like, a solid, like, 4 scenes or whatever.
Like 6 minutes, yeah.
6 minutes, 7 minutes or whatever. And none of that in Wedding Crashers was, like, super raunchy or whatever. Didn't take away from the story. With Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it's like, why even have the unrated version? Like, pretty much everything aside from the one scene where he's having sex with the one
Latina chick.
Everything else is pretty PG. I mean, yes, you have the full frontal nudity from him, but I'm just saying, like,
that's my only picking it is like I'm good with not seeing.
I think I was talking with you before. It doesn't add to the story.
No. It's funny, but
you could have done it with just him sitting down,
profile view,
clearly being naked,
right?
And it would have done the same thing.
You got the goods and you want to show them off. It's your movie.
I mean, dude, if you want to show your dick on camera, go for it. And that's your prerogative.
I'm not saying I would do that, but
same.
Good for Jason Segel.
Good for him. Nice dick.
Confidence.
You got a great dick.
Beautiful dick.
Beautiful dick. All right, so ratings?
Actually, one quick thing.
Go ahead.
I know you guys are going to hate me because you love this guy, especially Bobby. I always wanted to recast Dwayne the bartender as Craig Robinson. To me, he was like Craig Robinson.
Okay.
He's like Craig Robinson. Like they couldn't get him for the movie, so they got this guy
the
instead.
Cheaper version, yeah.
So
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I understand the transition.
This guy's not bad.
You know who?
I just would like Craig Robinson more.
You know who I'd also go with? Same thing. Fucking
Tracy Morgan.
No.
I think he'd be funny too.
Patrice O'Neal, dude.
Oh, is the bartender?
Yeah.
Was he alive at this time?
Nah, he died in like 2005 or some shit like that.
I thought you were going with Tracy Morgan because that would be funny as shit too.
Tracy Morgan, I think, would be good, but like Patrice O'Neal is a guy that like when he fucking insults somebody, dude, it's so fucking.
It's daggers.
Like in The Office, Patrice O'Neal's so PG, but if you let the reins off of him and then fucking let him, hey man, do whatever. Yeah. Watch some of his stand-up. You'll piss your pants laughing.
I'm assuming maybe he couldn't. I'm guessing maybe Seth Rogen too. Why he couldn't? Maybe they both couldn't do because they were filming Pineapple Express. It came out the same year.
Yes, it did.
Maybe that's why they were unavailable to appear in this. Because I feel like again, that guy is like, we can't get Craig. This guy's like Craig's little brother. Let's put him in there. He did a fine job.
He does a great job even with the whole snorkeling.
He does.
Why doesn't anyone want to snorkel?
Look at movie Sherlock over here.
Yeah,
you gotta get you one of those hats.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick it over to ratings, own, and rent, own, or pass. Or
you want
stream.
Me to start?
Yeah, go ahead, Woj.
This is an own. This is this is one of those better ones. Like I'm not gonna say anyone is particularly bad, but like I think there's tiers of those 2000s comedies. Like I think anybody would really say like Knocked Up is great, but it's Forgetting Sarah Marshall definitely above it. Super bad.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Knocked Up is to me it's on the lower side.
I think
it's in that range. So like 40-Year-Old Virgin above Knocked Up. Like, but Knocked Up is like a good base.
I Love You Man is equivalent.
I Love You Man is like right there too.
Yep.
We talked about this last week actually when you were gone. You said Forgetting Sarah Marshall over I Love You Man, like flat out, and I was like. I gave a little pause. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. Like that's a tough call."
I think there's good. I think there's.
They're both really good.
I think they both did a great job within their own fucking lanes. So, but I still like.
It's a good question though. Knocked Up though. I like Knocked Up a lot. I don't know.
Okay, well,
that's a tough
still
call.
on Woj, I guess.
Sorry, no, it's all good. I like to have a little.
He posed a good question.
Because
40-Year-Old Virgin is 100% above. I think for sure. Right. Also, I think Pineapple Express for me is above. Superbad is above.
Yeah. I'm talking more about that stretch of movies, but
that's a part of it.
No, I did that. That means all encompassing. I'm gonna say again, it's an own. I'm gonna say it.
Your brother. You mentioned
Aaron.
this.
Aaron fucking has this movie,
and he had to rent it.
We need proof of these.
You know what I'm gonna do?
You've said that 100 times.
I'm gonna enlist
Wedding
Aaron.
Crash is the only one that you've had.
I'm gonna enlist Aaron to go like, hey man, I need you to take a picture
Aaron,
of
we're calling you out now.
these 30 movies,
See,
and then he's gonna take them.
You're like claiming your brother's movies as your own. And
saying, get the fuck out!
Finally,
I'm not claiming shit as my own. This is a family-owned movie, and he took it because he got an apartment in a place before me. I mean, that's the only reason.
But if you truly love the movie, you get your own copy.
Fuck you. Okay.
So well said.
You should own it. I will own it now because I'm gonna go steal it from Aaron.
Steal it from Aaron.
Hey Aaron, I'm gonna rob you. There you go. I'm gonna
Here
go
to kill you.
I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9.2.
Okay.
I think the X-ray thing kind of like did shed a light of like, oh, now that I mentioned like some continuity errors, some other stuff like audio. What the fuck is it? ADR.
ADR.
Yeah, ADR is off on a couple of this shit. It's not taking away so much from the movie, but you notice it more when you
right. Okay.
Kind of keep an eye out for it. I think again the secondary characters are the thing that brings this fucking up to a next level. Like, you have so many people doing such a great job that, Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, and Mila Kunis are like here, and then they get brought up.
Russell
Like, just again,
Brand,
a
dude.
fan. Russell Brand, I forgot to mention, but yeah, just a fucking fantastic movie. Ryan, what you got?
I do own it. In fact, the version, I have the DVD, and this is how old it is. It has a DVD ROM inside of it. Which you can, for those kids out there, DVD ROM before you could purchase, digital movies, or before it would come with a digital copy. It was like you have to download it into your PC, your iTunes, your Windows Media Player.
They give you like a code,
and you can watch it that way.
Right.
So that's how old I am. Anyway,
hey, we're all not spring chickens anymore.
Yeah, own for sure. I'm gonna go with a 9.1.
Okay, we got some consistency,
which is pretty damn good.
That's high for you.
A minus.
Yeah. I think I have it the same as Uncle Buck, but below some other ones. But it's right up there. It's a pretty damn good movie.
All right.
And I've already alluded to this. This is one of my top fives. It brings me so much joy and humor and smiles. The scenery, the characters, the dialogue, the one-liners, everything about it. You fucking with my hands there? Is that what you're doing? Okay.
Fingers.
Definitely own it. I do own it. It's not sitting at my brother's place, but at my mom's house. And you remember those zip up DVD?
Yes,
I have. Yeah, it's sitting right there. It's in alphabetical order. All that jazz.
Is Woj's copy there too?
Probably. But I give it a 9.8. Outside of the
okay, now I got a fucking picky nit with you. This is one of your top 5 favorite movies of all time. You give it a 9.8?
Yeah, because as much as I love seeing frontal male dick, kind of brings it down for me.
Top 5 movies all time of
my favorites. My favorites
of the millions upon millions of movies, if not billions at this point.
Millions.
And you fucking
I'm not going to give it a 10.
Your top 5 movies of all time aren't a 10 in your mind?
No, not really. It doesn't have to be a 10, dude. You're skipping close to perfection, but that doesn't make it perfection. I guess I'm a little bit.
This okay? Let me ask a qualifying question. Are you saying that this is top 5, as in this is the 5th best, or are you saying this is 1 or 2?
Oh no, this is definitely probably closer to the 5th best.
Okay, okay.
It's part of the top 10 easy, but I'd say probably part of my top 5 because it's my go-to when I'm trying to just get a good laugh in and get something humorous and just kind of change the mood. It does that for me immediately.
So
that's fine. I just need to clarify because it seems.
I have a follow-up.
All right, here we go.
So,
I have
your top 5 movies in general, you said, are top 5 to 10
sure.
in that range. So, is it your favorite comedy ever? Is there a comedy you like more than this?
Okay, so I mentioned that Superbad and Hangover both have a very special place in my heart in terms of laughs, humor, and like I said, if I had to do 5, 6, 7, or 4, 5, in terms of they got to be right up there. I think in terms of comedy, that along with some, I would say Adam Sandler movies kind of go a little bit lower tier. In terms for me, or Tommy Boy, that rounds off probably the top 20 in terms of comedy, but it's a feel goods, almost like Dumb and Dumber, that's lower, but it's if you just want to kind of transition.
Give me one comedy above Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Go, shot out of a cannon.
For
Superbad.
Okay.
Both. Superbad. What you got?
Definitely Superbad. Wedding Crashers, Old School.
Old School is below for me.
For Real Virgin, Pineapple Express.
Below. I like Pineapple Express. That's a close,
Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore.
See, the Wedding Singer's elevated in mine for top 20.
Okay. Just a
maybe
question.
I don't know, but maybe this is the end because that movie's really funny.
That movie's fucking
sneaky
great.
good. I don't know though.
We will be reviewing that.
Really, because I have issue with that,
and we'll talk about it. That was Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That was a solid one. Solid.
Wrap it up. Yep.
Wrap. Of
who's next on the list, anyways?
That'd be me.
Oh, wonderful.
That would be Gideon Goddard.
Is that
for all of you who watch Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
His boss in the first season.
Yeah.
It's like a young Gideon, literally you legitimately a young
right, legit.
Goddard.
All right, I'll have to watch that. See if you're.
It's a good movie or a good show. Sorry.
Gonna get a bow. All right, so for my choice coming up, which will be 2 weeks from now because we're going to do the Bulls game
We're going
next
to the Bulls
week.
game.
Which the Bulls just won. Kobe White, 44 points. Fuck yeah, son.
Incredible.
I'm going to go with Misery.
Love it. Rob Reiner, Stephen King movie.
Stephen King movie. I like
James
it. Okay.
Caan, Kathy Bates.
Excellent.
Kathy Bates, yeah.
I like it.
And I like the. Hold on. Can we mention that Pink does like please don't that whole song please don't leave me. That's the whole Kathy Bates Misery playoff. Have you guys ever seen the music video of that Pink?
Don't really like Pink that much.
Okay, bite your
Bobby,
tongue.
you're kind of throwing some shit out from. You're not even in the field. You're in the fucking stands.
I like-
Okay, Misery and Please Don't Leave Me by Pink
I like Let's
are
Get
built in the same universe.
Let's get this party started.
Okay. After we get this, I'm pulling up YouTube and we're watching
What
this
the
fucking
fuck
video.
is it? Okay, I just want to throw it out, Bobby. I just want you to know that you
Okay.
just were like, Pink. You know, the song.
Please don't leave me.
I'm
Yeah.
saying you eventually got there.
I got
but
there.
You're
I got
kind
there.
of. This is what you're
There
doing.
was
is
a transition.
You're throwing an axe down first, and then going like,
it took me a minute to pull the axe.
oh.
No, you're right. Sorry.
No, you're
From
good,
A to
man.
B was not as progressive as quickly as I'd like it.
Should we also say we're gonna, Bobby, you want to tease you? We're gonna do the album reviews next time.
Oh yeah, we're bringing it back
so
for
after
2 weeks.
so in 2 weeks we are going to be doing Korn, Freak on a Leash.
That's the name of the album.
We're
right?
back to our album
I'm gonna get to it. I think
reviews
that's it, actually.
until
I know "Freak on a Leash" I thought was a single, right?
until football season, basically. Fantasy.
Yeah, I
season
think we'll
approaches.
pepper in the
or-
draft stuff. We'll be
Yeah.
doing some stuff on. Maybe when baseball starts, we'll maybe get.
Sorry, Follow the Leader by Korn. That's
Okay, "Freak on a Leash" I think was a single.
It was a single. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do though. We're gonna do album review. We're gonna do Bulls game. Then we're gonna do album review. Then we're gonna do Misery. And then we're just gonna keep it fucking going.
Yep.
Keep the album review going. Get the fucking,
Misery,
podcast.
misery.
Fucking, we're gonna get to 100, and
I
when
like
we
the
get to
Stephen
100,
King selection. That was nice.
we're gonna be counting it down. I mean,
Yeah.
we're blowing it out for 100. I can verify that there will be some food ordered. or
Wonderful.
cooked.
Will there be Bobby's famous taco dip?
That's true. I
Or
mean,
buffalo
that's,
chicken. Buffalo.
that's what
Sorry,
all of our.
Oh,
Buffalo
look at-
chicken dip.
Oh.
Buffalo
Look,
chicken
you're trying to
dip.
make a joke. You sound
No,
like
I
an
like
idiot.
it. Our subscribers have wondered
what
how
an
long has it
idiot.
been.
I mean buffalo chicken dip.
Dude
Fuck.
died hang gliding. When idiot.
Idiot.
Damn you, Roger.
Damn it.
Damn you.
We're watching
All
this
right.
Pink video the moment this fucking ends.
All right.
Just
Well,
so we're
let's
clear.
end it so we can watch that.
We will see you
Kiss
then.
my ass,
We will
both
see you another time. Ladies and the men, Jay.
Latest on the Minjay.
Love you guys.